All right, this was just going to be a quick video on using the plunger style key cap to determine how much you need to take off the bottom of your fretboards based on the fact that this is a bit thicker than the stock membrane key switch. So the idea is this is the short cap. You can see it compared to the long one. It's about 3 millimeters shorter. And it's got completely empty bottom. And since these come off the 3D printer, at least in my case, a little rough, I've got to make sure I sand off the burrs like this and make sure all these corners are clean and there's no residue left over that's causing any interference. And I can just drop them in there and check that fit. Not good, but I still got some stuff that I haven't gotten off yet. Here's one that hasn't been touched, and there's just junk in the corners and junk on the edges. Anyway, the plunger will not fit. It's designed to be a very tight fit, so the first thing you'll need to do is deburr this hole. I'm just using a pair of pliers. Let me use the one that I took the bottom out of. I'm just using a pair of pliers to make sure there's no junk in this hole. Still tight, but if you look at this too, you'll find that it's got knobs and bumps on it that are a result of the 3D printing. I just use some sandpaper and sand a little bit at a time, test it, sand a little bit at a time, test it until it fits nice. It's got to stick though, that's part of the important part. Put it together, push it all the way in. The idea is that when it's flush, this is flush. So we push it all the way in, put it in, put the board in, put the back on, and I'm just going to use a chunk of inner tube here to hold it closed for now. And you'll see it's pretty far in, certainly not good enough. So I'm just going to jam the sides with a pair of pliers and push that plunger down a little bit. See, whoop. Well, that accidentally feels pretty good. It's in contact with the button, pushing up a little bit. Let me see if it's maybe pushing up a little bit too far. See there, I've got a little slop. I don't want that. Lift it up, jam the side, push it down a little bit. Better. Push it down a little bit more. And that feels really good right there. Springs back well, there's no play, and that then tells me how much I need to shave off of the back of the button. It's not much. It's maybe 2 millimeters. I can check. I'll do it this way. Yeah, 1.87, so roughly 2 millimeters. So that would be the one I would print that had a recess of 2 millimeters. Some earlier tries I did to avoid this banging into the switch was to take a notch out. That didn't really do the trick for me. The original design also had a single bar in the middle, and I've now changed it to be completely full across the bottom. It actually uses less material, and it's much easier to clean out the support material. So this is probably about 2 millimeters right there. Not quite. There's one that was a little short. I filled it in with some electrical tape. That's pretty good. I wonder how that feels. Oops, not going to do it that way. Yeah, that's nice. And that's the approach.